Good morning. I want to just review during office hours the upcoming tasks for the remainder of the course. As you should be aware, today the critique of Once More to the Lake, the E.B. White essay that I spoke about last week is due. And for this assignment, you'll be reflecting on a favorite place in memory that you've gone back to, or you reflect on going back to as an adult, and what has changed? How is your viewpoint about the place changed, or about what you thought life was back then and what you think life is now? And then in the second paragraph, I want you to consider critiquing E.B. White's biases, his privilege as an upper middle class white male living in New York City. Does that make any difference in the tone of his work that you can detect? What difference would that make, do you think? Okay. So that is one assignment for tonight. And then going back to the modules, obviously working on the narrated PowerPoint presentation, which is due next Tuesday, 11:59, I believe. The suggestions that I've made, probably in another course, let me get to that. About making an introduction. I forget whether I've mentioned that in the video or not. Let's see. Bear with me. Yeah, so here are the general rules that I believe I did send along. That the narrative of your video has to have some kind of media presentation, whether you're showing a Word document or a PowerPoint slide or some chart, that you've opened up on your laptop for from one of your sources. Okay, 5 minutes minimum length of the presentation, and that each student has been paired with one other student to do a peer review of that other student's presentation. I'll be uploading the criteria. You'll be doing check boxes of cells, of examining the accuracy, the presentation, the content, and the use of sources. Okay. And as I note here, for Tuesday, Thursday sections, it's due next Tuesday, 11:59 p.m. Okay, and it's useful in opening your presentation. Maybe you want to have the slide of your name and your major and the topic title open when you do some kind of introductory talk. You don't need to make a slide of the introduction. Start with your name, your major, your hope for job when you graduate, and then lead into the issue that you find troubling in your career field. And here are some suggestions for it. Okay. Maybe identify one work experience that you've had that you enjoy doing, that has led you to consider this particular major or this particular profession for yourself. Okay. And what is it about it that excites you? Or you might want to think about projecting 5 years into the future. What are the challenges or perhaps a negative block that you see impacting the profession entirely, not just your individual participation? Okay. Or maybe if you want to draw a picture or a cartoon of the problem, you could take a kind of ironic approach to it. What would it look like? Designers strangling each other at a crunch team meeting, or monstrous video game CEOs gloating over bankrupt parents and sobbing children when the kids have used up all the money on game advances. Okay, so, or nurse riding a Segway to care for a floor of patients and running down a nurse who has bullied her. Something to open the presentation. Okay, some suggestions for how you present it. Okay, make sure that you avoid simply reading the PowerPoint slides. to avoid this, I've asked people to just use bullet points, bullets for the key ideas that you'll be talking about, okay? You don't necessarily need to put the whole narrative on a PowerPoint slide, okay? Make references to your sources clearly. Even if you don't quote a source in a particular slide, you need to say the source's full name, the title of the work, and the key idea, okay? And have your sources handy in case you need to point to a source and you forget what the source said, okay? Please stay on topic. Don't, remember the 4 segments. You're supposed to look at what's the need or the opportunity. What has made this a problem? Why is this an unmet issue or not resolved yet, okay? Another section, who's causing it? Who's affected by it? Is it a technology issue? Is it a people issue? Okay. And then third point, what's currently being done about it, if anything? And why is something being done and not working? Or why is nothing being done? And then finally, proposing your own solution. What would work? What are the ramifications of the solution that you're proposing? What are some drawbacks to that? And then make sure your voice is clearly heard. So replay the narrative after you've finished, edit places that need to be improved, okay? Run through the presentation, okay? Media recording, upload, and I will be grading you on, the central message, obviously not delivery, but the content, how well you move in a logical progression from problem, cause, potential, what is currently being done about it, solutions, okay? And the kinds of sources you use, okay? Scholarly sources or very good, relevant web pages for your materials, okay? And the presentation, as I said, is due next Tuesday, 11:59, April 21, okay? Please check with your peer partner. You should be able to look at your peer partner's presentation in the discussion forum, but please check in with your peer partner, because if somebody doesn't check in with you and you don't have a presentation to grade, there goes a score for you, okay? So please get in touch with your peer review partner, and if you get no response by next Friday, April 24, contact me so that I will try to arrange a workaround. I may ask you to review someone else's presentation. Maybe that person's already gotten a review, but 2 reviews, you're not going to be harmed by someone else's review, okay? Let's go back to this course. In people, you will see your peer review pairs. So Warren and Jeremy, Christopher and Jacqueline, Michael and Ben, Colby and Donovan, Spencer, Justin Veith, Zachary, Carly Mota, Salise and Riley, Daniel and Jeremy, Ariana and Trinity, and Dylan and Jacob. Okay, so I will post this in the peer review assignment. Okay, so the work due tonight is one assignment, the critique of Once More to the Lake. The next assignment due is the final presentation, okay, due Tuesday, 11:59. Then a peer review of one other student speech. Okay, and then there'll be one last discussion assignment. I'm changing it from the core director's assignment to talk about how your research skills is improved. I want people to talk about how your research skills have been affected by the pandemic, by the lockdown. Okay, so in 2 or 3 paragraphs, and respond to one other student as well. Okay, discuss how your research skills have been impacted during this COVID period of our lives. You might consider problems such as access to databases, or the need for more librarian assistance, or some additional support from your instructor. Okay, maybe time to complete work is another issue, with students having to work overtime, or having no privacy at home, or no internet access. This could be kind of your complaints paragraph. What the hell is going wrong, and why am I in this problem? Okay. Then another paragraph. I want you to turn from the critique to suggestions. Okay. Make a few suggestions about what you'd like to have done to make your research work and your classes less stressful. Okay. Even though the assignment's focusing on research work, well, part of that has always been working with your peers, working with your instructors. So offer constructive ideas from your perspective, maybe plans that the faculty or the administration haven't thought about. Okay, from your perspective, from your seat in front of a laptop as a student, what are some suggestions that would help? And if some of these are very good, I will forward them to the president, to the vice president for academic affairs. Okay, so that will be the last assignment for the course. Okay, the classes end Thursday, April 30th. So this assignment will be due that evening. Okay, so to go back to review once again. Okay, so for tonight, April 16, critique of Once More to the Lake. For Tuesday, the final presentation, narrated PowerPoint, some kind of video of an unmet need or an unstructured problem in your career field. That will be Tuesday, April 21, 11:59 p.m. There will be a peer review of one other person's speech that you will be grading. Okay? And then please, again, if you don't hear from your peer review partner by next Friday, contact me, because it's a graded assignment. You shouldn't lose out because someone else is not responding to you. Okay? Then finally, the discussion module, COVID-19 impact on your research skills and your suggestions for what you'd like or what you need faculty, the administration, to help you in the future going forward. Okay? So I will end now, and please, if you have any questions, email me. I'm on email every day, so I will note your issues and respond as quickly as possible. Okay? So please take care, and I will